Hey guys, this is Danny from the AskScooby forums. This is the 4th episode of the AskScooby Rampenlicht, and today with me is fellow member Fireball, who has also won an Orange Award in the past. So he's a very helpful and nice member. So you should you should contact him and tell him how nice he is. Anyway, how's it going, Fireball?
I'm doing just fine. My dog is trying to reach on my lap.
Okay, then have him jump on your lap and he can be a part of the interview. He can answer some questions. No, just okay.
Maybe not.
Let's start off with the general chit-chat. At first, if you want to share some personal information, what's your name if you wanna share that. If not, then okay, and I'm not going to force you, but other stuff, age, height, weight, stuff like that. How long have you been lifting? General information, you know, where you're from.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You asked the questions and...
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Sure, then go ahead.
So, my real name is Pauli. Friends call me Pablo for odd reasons, unknown to me.
Okay.
It's actually related to the time when I was at I don't know, it's a vocational school or whatever. And basically, all suddenly, I was doing stuff with people and who I've never met, and yeah, I became famous at the school. I was doing stuff with people I never met. Obviously, there was somebody else which had the nickname Pablo, and all suddenly we got confused on each other's doings. So then it sticked.
Okay.
I weigh currently 111 kilos, which with a pound converter is, let me check.
230 something?
244, I think, yeah.
44, okay.
And currently I have dropped from 117 kilos to this current status, and I should have by next week 110 kilos. The highest morning weight so far has been 111, so I'm a bit under the 110.
Okay. And how tall are you?
I'm 182 centimeters tall, so...
Okay. You're a buff guy then?
Yeah, well, when we get the pictures for this, you people may decide, but yeah, I actually have a quite large bone structure. Usually fat people use that. I'm using it as well. Yeah, not.
But I wouldn't say you're fat exactly. I mean,
yeah.
At least you're strong as hell, so
yeah, well,
that's one excuse for not being lean.
Yeah, well, I decided at some point last summer actually that I have a goal that I wanted to reach, and I decided I'm not gonna monitor the food I eat. I was at that point like 98 kilos. I decided that no more scanning what I eat, and just eat and lift, which actually it produced lots of muscle, but it also produced lots of fat. So now I'm basically cutting the fat while hoping to maintain the
muscle mass.
Yeah, muscle mass.
Okay.
It's proven to be quite hard, and I learned a few new things about my body that usually I have several guys I actually train because they don't have the good generally no knowledge about lifting and aspects.
So you coach them?
Yeah. So my advices have somewhat worked for others, but not for me. I had to change the parameters for losing the weight and stuff. So
that's how it is, man. Not everybody's the same.
Nope.
So how long have you been lifting then? When did you start? Which year? Do you remember?
It's actually I started when I started lifting. I registered 1 week later to the Scooby's forums and started the diary. So I've been lifting around 1 month before my diary begins. So I think it was 2009, end of the year. So
3.5 years about, roughly, like that.
I think
nice.
I think you and me actually joined on quite on the same time.
Are you sure? I mean, I joined like a couple of days after the forum was launched, so
Yeah, maybe then you have been, well, not, at least
I was
yeah.
one of the first members to sign up. My member ID is like 49, so I was one of the first 50 people to sign up on the forum, including Scooby and some of his test accounts. He had like Hans, the bodybuilding gnome, was one of these test accounts, and yeah, so I was one of the first people, but I don't remember actually when it launched. It was like 2009 summer, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I think you joined it pretty early too. Yeah, that's
I
right.
think so as well.
Okay. So you got a job, as far as I know. You don't study or anything like that.
No.
First off, how old are you again?
I'm 28 now.
Okay, 28.
Work as an IT specialist for this one company, which name I cannot say, but
Yeah,
we
okay.
have, well, I'm working on this company called InfoCare, and we have clients from different companies, and I personally now work as a, I construct server rooms. Basically, I pull them physically, install servers, and configure the remote and cable them, obviously, and stuff like that. And
amazing.
also,
And you do a lot of night shifts too, right? What do you do?
it's called on-call. Usually,
On-call weeks.
yeah, some places actually have these on-call weeks. I have actually a ex-colleague. He mentioned that he changed company, that he had like 2 cases a week, like 4 hours of overwork. But we have one of the largest data centers in whole Europe, which I'm working at, and we could say that it produces lots of work, because nowadays I'm also working as a hardware engineer, which means I also fix the hardware. So yeah.
Awesome. I understood quite a bit of the stuff you said, because I work in IT too. So, but I'm just a low level QA analyst and nothing like hardware engineer or stuff like that. But I did finish. I graduated on a higher technical school, is it called, in Vienna, which is like you graduate usually when you're 19 to 20 years old.
Yeah.
So that's.
I know what you mean, but cannot remember the name either.
I think some call it vocational school.
Yeah.
It's a bit more like the regular high school.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, how did you come across the AskScooby forum in 2009? As you mentioned, you signed up at that time.
Well, actually, the guy I'm actually working on these nowadays, who's actually pretty damn strong. I'm gonna eventually tell how strong in this interview. Anyway, we had this arm wrestling contest with him, and his father had just died, and he was kind of reckless, and I hated the guy from the moment I saw him. Tried to avoid him actually, but somehow it didn't function. And all those arm wrestling contests, we started talking, and we both were interested in fitness. And he had seen some of the Scoobies. I think it was chest video, the
killer chest workout.
Yeah, that's the one. So he gave me the link, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice looking, looking person. He talks nicely, and he has good advices." Because at that point I was quite as heavy as I'm now, but it was mostly, well, all of it was fat.
Okay.
So decided that I'm gonna change my life, and then started working. Didn't work my legs.
Well, but you're still relatively strong. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, you didn't lose much, you could say.
I think some of the leg strength comes from weight, but I think also because I played basketball and floorball and football.
Floorball is popular in Finland, right? Because Dille plays it too.
Yeah, I know. It's sadly popular. I think it's absolutely stupid sport, and it should never be shown on TV.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, right.
So.
So that's that. That's how you came across the forum.
I actually got fat because of the reason I was studying actually mechanical engineering, I was working on this company, which name I won't say, but
Sorry.
I got this. I was basically welding this rusty piece of metal, which came from outside. It was a truck company. I got this infection to my something burned from while I was welding, and some of the gas stick on my skin, which caused me a huge, horrible skin disease, and
Okay.
which rendered me not able to do those metal work ever. Basically, became uh, allergic to lots of stuff. Well, actually, not allergic, but oversensitive in a
Okay.
way. So I basically lost all my skin over my whole body. So
Man.
yeah, I treated depression by eating and eating and eating, and I basically couldn't go to school or work because of my condition. I tried, but didn't function, and then I left she left me previous girlfriend and moved
Okay.
back home, and I think at that point my skin and everything started to heal, so I started making a change. So 1 year later, I I started working out on Scooby's advice, and nowadays
Mm-hmm.
I have no skin condition. Well, a little one, but basically I'm completely healed.
Okay, that's why how cool to ask some questions about your skin.
Yeah, that's why he's
Okay.
actually, I don't know how he does it. He probably has some macro. Find about this person. Oh, then he's a stalker.
I don't know. He really has. Sometimes when you look at it, you think like, wow, that's just a bunch of random questions. But he really has knowledge about many countries. Or I don't. Yeah. I don't know how he does it. But maybe he's just an intellectual guy and reads a lot or stuff like that. Maybe
Wikipedia.
he's a stalk. What?
Wikipedia.
Yeah. But you don't have your Wikipedia page, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that.
Well, he
Um,
deserves a credit.
of course it does.
But
Of course it
let's
does.
edit it off from this interview.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you mentioned the story about basically burning yourself, right?
Burning myself.
Or what was the? How did it exactly happen with the skin? Did it burn or
No, it
what?
was this gas. It actually caused this reaction on a body.
A chemical reaction or something like that, or what?
Yeah, and it triggered the body's mechanism. I visited
Ah,
doctor,
okay.
and he mentioned that it was a skin specialist. He mentioned that it's probably due to the fact that uh, it screwed up my immunity system quite bad. So it basically
Okay.
rendered it useless. So I was lot sick at that time.
Okay. All right. But now you're better. That's the most
I'm
important
perfectly fine
thing.
now.
Perfectly fine. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate.
Let's not.
All right. Let's. I hope this has a nicer answer. The next question. Your username is Fireball. So why did you pick it? Do you have a nice story to tell, or is it just like, oh man, I love fire, or I like sorcerers, I like mages, I like the spell, or something like that? I don't know.
Well, it's a lot about everything because I used to I play D&D sometimes with
Me
with
too.
guys. It's actually funny. We go to this company and these guys are like they're huge. They're like leaders and they have like 75 to 150,000 euros per year. They're making
Hmm.
money, and these guys playing D&D, throwing dice. It's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, it came from the fact that I have actually red hair. Uh,
Hmm.
don't know why. All my other family members are either brown haired or blondes.
What about the mailman?
Who? What? Where?
The mailman.
Oh, the mailman. Well, actually, I have the same nose as my dad, so either it has been, you know, surgically improved, or then I'm my father's
Yeah,
child.
I'm just kidding.
I know. It's funny though.
Okay.
And yeah, I kind of. It's because also that I started playing World of Tanks at one point,
Hmm.
and I also used a name for Fireball, the Epic Fireball. Actually, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know why I chose it, but it's due to the fact that I have actually red hair and yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's easy to memorize. And
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
All right. So next question. Potentially funny, potentially boring question or answer. Do you remember your first workout?
Yes, I do.
Was it awesome or was it terrible?
I
Tell me.
actually remember it because it was back on 2008 or yeah 2008 before I
Mm-hmm.
started working out on Scooby's way. I went to this gym, didn't have no clue what I'm gonna do. I just did all sorts of stuff. Um, Now funny thing is happened is that was I got into surgery because of that next day. Um,
What?
yeah, there was these little things under the human skin, basically these infection nests. They usually
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything, but at some point they might, become infected. So uh, basically, it got infected and it had to be surgically removed. And the bad side it was next to my a hole.
Whoa.
So the funny side about this is the fact that my sister actually had to change the this Sorbact sheets thingies that were put inside of the freaking wound, which was like 3 centimeters deep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the most fucked up time of my life, honestly.
Oh man.
But first Scooby workout was completely. It was bad. It was really bad. I did few things, and next day I felt like I'm gonna die.
Well, that's it for everybody, right? If you did you do the killer chest workout or something like that, or?
No, actually, I I I thought took the moves that he uses. I didn't do any regimen. I used
Mm-hmm.
just the moves, and I really overworked my body. I like continued
Okay, yeah.
for 2 hours for beating my body, and next day for the next week, I felt like, what did I do? Did I break down
Yeah,
completely?
man, that's just how it goes. If you take a long break or if you haven't worked out seriously for a long time or not at all in your life and you start something like high intensity stuff, or maybe some people even start with the killer chest workout. They see it and it has so many views and good comments and it must be a good workout, man. This guy's chest is huge, and they try it and they do so much volume for the chest and
Yeah,
they are sore for a week and a half afterwards, or something like that, and it's awesome.
well, it usually leads to the fact that eventually, when in the beginning, I remember I hated pain, the muscle pain, but now I actually like it
Hmm.
because
Yeah, that's
it's a
true.
good indicator that you've been working out real hard nowadays. Usually,
Actually, I don't mind it anymore. You're right. When I first started, it was like getting sore was like everything's aching. I don't like this. But now, actually, I don't care. I
yeah,
don't know why. Maybe I'm used to it or something like that. But some people even like it if they get sore. So, and
I do.
they're sad if they don't get sore. Yeah, that's true.
And
Sore, sour,
yeah,
sour.
well, at
Not sour. I'm sorry.
sometimes, well, usually there's a lot of times when I don't get, so it's fun to get sometimes. When you actually do something completely different that you used to, that's the funny thing that if you haven't been doing push-ups, you can do like 150 kilos on bench press, but you haven't been doing push-ups ever. You do like 20 push-ups for 3 or 4 sets, your muscles are
Yeah,
gonna be sore.
yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, let's move to the next question.
Next question. Current routine and goals. What's your goal for 2013, and what's your current routine? Or
Well, let's start
if you
about
don't
the
if
goal.
you don't do the sorry.
No, just
If you
finish.
let me finish, or do you wanna?
Yeah, you can finish.
Okay. I was asking if it's not, or I was saying basically, if it's not the current routine that you're using to reach your goals, then just say what your current routine is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, my goals are basically getting to the weight level where I can actually compete.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm gonna from
Oh.
end of the summer begin a new regime, which is based purely on strength. So idea is to reach to the levels where I have a 600 kilos as a raw the total. It actually
Mm-hmm.
means that I can actually make a little impact while going to the lifting contest.
Mm-hmm. If that's the total, what do you plan on lifting on the actual lifts? Squat, bench, deadlift?
I think realistically I can do 210 kilos squat raw
Mm-hmm.
while do and perform still the bench press. However, I think the deadlift would would suffer. So have to decide in a way that it would be fun to do in a contest the current lifts at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. Time only tells. We don't know if I can get my lower back in that level, because if everybody notices that my deadlift is far behind the squat, it's because of the fact that due to hyperlordosis, I have
Mm-hmm.
the issue of the aching back and stuff like that, and
Okay.
I I I think it also affects the hamstrings, which are essential for doing a good deadlift. So
Obviously, yes.
actually
So you
I've been
just.
working on it really much now, and
Mm-hmm.
I think we are gonna be having some very interesting results when I start deadlifting properly again.
Oh man, I can't wait to see that. You're so strong. I don't think many people actually follow your diary, but you're one of the strongest guys on the forum. So
Yeah,
everybody who's not following Fireball, follow him. Okay.
well, it's part because of it's mostly people. Well, Michael is he's a beast, but it's
Yeah.
also a fact everybody who follows him because he is so freaking strong. He doesn't even need to post to anybody's diary, and everybody posts to his. But yeah, in a way, it's also about activity. When you're active for reading other people and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, you kind of develop some loyalty towards other people. So you post to the other people's progress diaries to see certain people. And yeah, well, I'm not that much hanging on the forums, so not that active to posting. But it depends really on life situation. Probably on summer more because less work and stuff like that.
Obviously, yeah, sure.
But
It's like that for everyone, I guess.
the current lifting regime, I actually don't like using. Well, have used the strong lift. I did the welder thing for the parameters for testing out the maxes on Christmas and well on that last year. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I have this theory that I've been doing when I did those strong lift type of workouts. Well, like and Mark ripped those 5x5. The
Mm-hmm.
thing was that I noticed that even though my deadlift, squat, and bench press and shoulder press were evolving, I felt like this is not complete enough. I need to have, well, abs, of course, up on top of that, but I need to, I thought that if I work my hamstrings, I work on my forearms. I thought that if I can find this way to, if you deadlift three times a week, you probably won't develop. But you can do a deadlift on one day. You can do Romanian deadlift on one day. You can actually do Superman on one day, and
Mm-hmm.
you will have a sore back and everything. But those moves are doable, and it makes back sore in different way. So at least on my development, it hasn't done really bad. So I have four main moves, which I do back, lower back, well, upper back, lower back, chest, legs. So when I do deadlift, I cannot squat on that day, so I choose like leg press or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I work on my main muscles like four times, 3 times a week for yeah, and then I have two muscles. It's basically the same as the Chad Watterberg uses. So I've changed in some of his parameters. The 10x3 which he uses is awesome in a way. So I've noticed that you can make development on strength huge amounts of it, even if you do 2 times 6 reps or stuff like that. You can basically change the parameters and make lots of progress. And one good
Mm-hmm.
way, which I've been using now, is I have a main lift per day. and then I have the support moves. The main lift is gonna be done on either 6x3, 8x3, or 10x3, depending on the weight. And then I have these 5 other moves, which are like 3 times 8 reps. So
Okay, yeah, makes sense. So
yeah,
sounds pretty much like Jim Wendler routine,
a bit so.
something like that. It's a little bit. I mean, it's like your has more sets. Currently, I'm doing small of junior. It's very high volume.
Yeah, I know.
All around the week. For the people that don't know it, you choose a lift and then you do lots of sets, lots of reps, depending on which day you're training. So you do, for example, 6 sets for 6 reps. Then on the next day, for example, bench press, you do 7 sets with 5 reps. Then you do 8 sets with 4 reps, and then you do 10 sets with 3 reps, and you increase the weight every week. And yeah, it's short time program, but helps a lot to grease the groove, stuff like that, increase the weight, and
yeah,
it's awesome.
those actually work. And even though people claim that if you do this amount of, if you do 5 reps, you won't build hypertrophy. If you do this amount, you won't make muscles grow in size. But actually, I've noticed that if you do 10 times 3 reps without having, if you use a moderate weight, like 85% of maximum, you can like rest for let's say first 5 or 6 sets for like 30 to 45 seconds. And then you can do the rest in a way that you rest like 80 or 1 minute, like what you really want. And they actually grow a lots of size. And
Definitely, yes.
so yeah, I don't actually, while this, I think it's something to do with more like the rest level of muscle. How much your muscle has rested depends a lot on how much it's gonna grow. If you do like 8 reps, you can do those 8 reps barely. And if you do 2 sets like 3s, use a lot more weight, and then you have basically in the end of the day, you probably have used more of your muscles and support muscles for the big lifts that you use. I mean, it's easy to notice if you do like barbell curls with high weight, do like 5 reps. You notice that when you have to lock down your whole body, and you notice that you have to, basically use lots of support muscles to keep the weight at check. So I have to lose lower back, abs. So you add all sorts of extra muscles, and I think that actually enhance growth when you use lots of support muscles for anything.
Definitely, I think basically you won't grow as fast as you would like if you only do low volume and low reps. For example,
yeah, that's true.
For myself, I did it for a long time, and I got stronger, but I didn't got a lot bigger. But then again, if you only do high reps, it won't necessarily make you that much stronger. I think you have to do both. And generally speaking, if you wanna get stronger, you can do lower reps, but more intensity percentage from your 1 rep max. And if you still wanna get bigger, you can also and always basically do assistant stuff. You can do cool down sets that help too, because let's say you do some heavy sets of 3 reps, then you can still obviously with the same exercise do like 5 sets with 10 reps with a lower amount of weight, and that will help a lot in building muscle. That's actually the approach that Jim Wendler suggests in 531, which is called Boring But Big.
Yeah, I know. It's actually a good system. However, there's actually been some studies about how muscles actually function. So lots of these Russians, and if you people know that Russians and these people are freaking strong, and there are several Americans that actually use it, and lots of people use this system. Basically, when you think about, if you do bench press, you do like maximum intensity set, several sets of those. Then you change to, if you do, let's say, use a barbell to do bench press, for example, and you should, well, those people believe that you should change to dumbbells or something else that's quite the same but not exactly the same. They say that it actually makes the growth better and it doesn't kill the strength levels. It doesn't.
That's true, yeah.
So,
I read about it.
and it might be
It was
true.
basically you max out on the lift, for example, barbell bench press, and then if you maxed out, so you won't over fatigue you replace the lift with like dumbbell bench press, for example, or like floor press, something similar, not the same. It can't be the same. It has to be something else, and then you can keep on progressing, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I think we already are half an hour into the interview. So
Pretty much
next
so.
few questions.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we are. I actually just see the time.
You don't have unlimited time. So the next few questions, I need a short answer. Okay. So, do you work out at home or at commercial gym?
Gym.
Okay. What's your favorite exercise?
This is tough one. I gotta
Oh my goodness, the time is up. Next question. No, just kidding.
screw you. I would say it's squat or
Okay.
well actually this is easily to answer. It's leaving. My favorite one is leaving the gym. I have no favorite moves. I like them all of them.
Okay. Okay. So, favorite food or beverage?
Well, favorite beverage is basic. Well, it's some. I kind of like. This is a sin, but I like Mad Crocodile, the energy drink. But favorite beverage is basically water.
Okay.
And food. Have to say it's steak, big freaking steak.
Nice. So another steak eater.
Well,
All right, no vegetarian. Next question. Favorite music. Okay, that can take hours to explain. Let's say
well, I can
favorite.
do it fast.
Okay, favorite band or let's say top 3 bands, all right?
No, I cannot do that, but I can. I listen to
What?
basically to everything, like many
Okay.
people do, but I actually listen to everything, everything.
Okay.
But
Tell me the last 3 artists you listen to.
well, favorite ones are Manowar, easy to answer. I
Okay.
now like Deep Purple, and if somebody hasn't heard this band called Kasabian, this if you check on YouTube, it's Kasabian. Underdog is a good song. It's actually the FIFA, I think 2009, the official song or something like that. Anyway, that's 3 awesome bands.
Okay, next question. Other hobbies.
Photography, gaming. Yeah, I'm a gamer. Um,
Oh God, how dare you?
yeah, a nerd. D&D,
too.
reading, writing. I have lots of hobbies. Just don't have time for
Awesome.
all of them.
Awesome. Yeah, I know that. I know that feeling, man. I would like to stop sleeping and have more free time, but I have to sleep. And actually, I like sleeping, but I would like to have more
Yeah, I know this
time
feeling.
available. Yeah. Anyway, favorite website, blog regarding weightlifting or lifting in general, fitness?
Well, I have a few. There's actually this Finnish site called Finelli. I can post you the link. It's at this food place where you can actually check the values on food, which how much of
Okay.
vitamin, how much of everything. It
Awesome. It's like nutrition data for Finnish people, right?
yeah, it's basically that.
Awesome.
Also, Teenage, everybody knows it. I have a Chad Wattaberry and several actually dozen of others. Then there's these basically classic bodybuilding sites and stuff like that. But favorite is Scooby's site, and I read a lot of books. I bought a lot of books on the topic, and I read a lot of them.
Okay.
And most of
Awesome.
them is bull crap.
Okay. Oh, you read a lot of books that will come in handy when I will ask you some member questions because we have favorite book as a question there. But don't answer it now. Don't do it.
Didn't.
Don't do it. Okay. So, last question before we jump into the member questions. How did consistently working out improve your life or change it? I mean, maybe it didn't improve it.
Well,
but who am I kidding? Of course it improved your life.
Yeah, it did. I have back issues now. Can't sleep anymore. No, actually kidding. Hunger control is good. I can do fitness and can run, and I have quit smoking and mostly drinking as well.
Nice.
The smoking is still a bit in progress due to the fact I'm using electric cigarette, but I'm nearly at the lowest levels of nicotine, so probably shortly.
How much did you smoke at your worst time, basically?
Well,
how many cigarettes a day?
Well, before I quit, I smoked like 25 to 30 cigarettes a day, and wow. I decided no more of this because it's gonna eventually run into lung cancer and stuff like that. And also, I realized that hey, I can run now. I can run stairs and stuff.
Yeah, man. I heard a couple of stories from ex-smokers who quit smoking, and they were like, "Wow, man, I can go up a flight of stairs without dying and getting out of breath and stuff like that."
Yeah, and I noticed that when doing golf races and squats, I realized that hey, I have awesome jumping power and running, so I can run really fast. I was amazed myself. So
if you do sports, definitely quit smoking if you're smoking, or don't start in the first place.
Never start smoking. It's gonna screw up your life, and it's extremely expensive as well.
Definitely. So much money you are saving now, right?
Yeah, but the main aspect about lifting has been the fact that I can perform better in life, and I actually like myself nowadays after the period of being depressed over the skin thingy.
Self-confidence.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what you get. That's what your reward is. All right. So finally, let's jump into the member questions.
Yay.
First off, what? Was that a cheer?
It was yay.
Yay!
Yeah, yay!
Let's start off with, I don't know how to pronounce this guy. He's
Jörde.
He's from Norwegia.
I think so. I think it's like Jörde or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded nice.
Okay, that's what we're going. First question is, did your family have a big influence on you when you started out? I guess not, since you were already an adult, but...
No, not really, no. No, definitely not. My mother thinks that I'm perfect the way I am. I disagree. My dad, well, he was indifferent. My older sister, she got a bit excited because she had been on fitness for a while longer. So, and my little sister just laughed her ass off, and still does. My little brother, who died, it was a little indifferent. He was sick at that time already, and
wow, man.
It made no impact on his life. So, and he was sick on the cancer also. So, that has to be the toughest moment in my life when I saw my brother to die. So, yeah, let's not go into that.
Yeah, sure. All right. Do you enjoy cardio more or working out?
Cardio, what is that? I mean, no, seriously.
You said you're running.
No, seriously, what's cardio? I mean, to be honest.
To be honest, working out is most often cardio if you don't take like 10 minutes between sets and...
Yeah, I know. Let's be serious.
I guess they mean lifting or running or swimming or floorball, for example.
Yeah, well, I do cardio. I take my dogs out. At work, I walk like 3 to 10 kilometers per day because between the DCs, there's like 1 kilometer, to walk between the two different data centers, and I take it by foot. So it can be from 3 to 10 kilometers per day, and then I have so tight schedule that running outside. I like it on summertime, but the winter you should see it here. I mean, there's this risk of falling down and dying because it's so slippery. So I prefer weightlifting over the running.
The cardio.
Yeah.
The cardio.
But I do it.
Okay. So next question. Can you guess my shirt color?
Yes, I know it. I don't see
Really?
it because we don't see the camera, but I have this mental vision of you wearing pink shirt. And
Oh my goodness! What the heck?
I
You're
say
right,
I
actually.
say
Actually, you're right.
I say so because you're a very knowledgeable young adult and you can please a woman, so it's definitely pink, not.
No. Just because of those teddy bears in the background, right? But those are not mine, damn it. Somebody pointed it out and was like, oh, look at Danny's teddy bear collection. Those are so sweet, right? And I'm like, they're not mine.
It was me.
Or are they?
It was me commenting on the teddy bears.
Alright.
Sorry.
Okay. You didn't guess it right. You want to give it a serious guess or want to skip it?
Actually, your shirt color. Actually, the pink was my serious guess.
Okay,
Since
damn it.
you're cute in a non-gay way.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm just trying to say that I think girls like you partly because you're cute. I mean, you're cute, and I'm like plump as a battle axe. So, yeah.
Okay. You're manlier than me. I know.
I'm-
Every Finnish dude is manlier than I am.
I have titties. Okay, the next question.
Next question. Would you like to visit anybody from the forum to have a chat with them or, I don't know, hang out for a week or lift? I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm the type that lingers and sticks long like a glue. I would follow them everywhere. I would follow them to shower, to bathroom. We could actually cross be together. No, actually, to be honest, I have only time for like 3 days, maybe for a weekend somewhere, stuff like that. I would love to meet some of the Finnish lifters and some of the foreign lifters. Well, not foreign, but from other countries, because it would be actually pretty damn fun. I mean, I've been thinking about that eventually when I'm coming to your home city or your home world, I mean country. I'm from Mars.
Wow, that explains why you have red hair, right? Just kidding.
Yeah, it would be actually pretty damn cool, and I've been thinking about it. I feel financially, I wouldn't have an issue with it because, yeah.
You're rich as hell, I know.
I
You're
know
doing
I'm
so
not.
many.
I know I'm not rich, but we could say that I do 330 hours a year overwork, so that pays a
Yeah.
little off.
I didn't mean to say that you earn as much as the managers you mentioned earlier who earned like 100 grand a year. I meant like you do a lot of overwork, so hours.
Okay, next one.
Okay, next question. Who was your biggest inspiration? Inspiration?
Yeah.
I don't know. People related.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
I would say Scooby has been a huge influence because he has this mentality and the way he talks, and he's a really likable person in the
Definitely, yes.
in that sense. Even though he has his furious moments when I'm worried that he's gonna have a mental breakdown of that somebody says on somewhere, but overall I idolize him in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like Dille and
Mm-hmm.
Japadi, and because they're like Finnish and strong.
Japadi is Finnish, right?
Yeah,
Too?
he's Finnish,
Okay.
and he actually is closest on the Finn guys on my squad. He's on 200 kilos, so tough one.
Get him, Fireball, get him.
And Mike
Alright.
Swartsky, or however you pronounce it, he's a huge impact because he is by the far the strongest guy in the forums. And he is definitely, by the looks of it, natural. I think. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I pray. But yeah.
I think so too. I think he has very strong anti-steroids stance.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
But
whatever.
don't be worried because he has been talking about, that he's annoyed that these steroid guys are much bigger. And I've heard it before on my friends, and those guys started taking roids. So hopefully,
yeah, I know some people in real life too who took roids. So,
but I think
it's amazing how many people actually take them. You wouldn't think it, but even at the non-competitive level, many people actually take them.
Yeah.
But it's not my concern. I don't care. I just do my own thing.
Yeah, and it's actually I agree with Mike that it's annoying that some people that lift these funny little weights are like freaking huge, and you basically you one rep max over them, and you're still much smaller. But it doesn't really bother me because non-steroid users like me, we look much more natural without the shirts on, so it's okay.
All right. So next question. Favorite book? Finally. Also from. Also, basically, I wanted to mention that all of these questions are from Diordie, or how you pronounce it. I don't know.
Diorde.
Diordie.
Or yeah, on fitness related, I think Chad Watterboy's book is awesome. And if anybody haven't read the Will Prink's book, they should probably read it because it contains lots of information. Not on really on lifting, but the eating and stuff. It's a good reference, and also the supplement books, which have that they tell you that these don't do absolutely nothing, and then his site has an awesome section for stuff. I don't really use it, and I don't really like the nutritional calculator of whatsoever because I have this own thingy. But and also Starting Strength is awesome book because it explains the dynamics of the lifts. Lots of information
definitely.
And where do you look and stuff like that.
Very detailed.
Yeah, and many people actually you don't know when you're squatting is how you think about it affects a lot. If you think I'm gonna do this fast, you're like mentally prepared, I'm gonna do this fast. You notice that there's a huge difference in strength. Like if your mind is in it in a right way, if you think about push-ups, everything, if you think it right, you actually get much more out of it because when you think I'm gonna do it this way, and once you probably notice that now you have been lifting for a long time, you probably notice you have this muscle feel on each move. So if you do pull-ups, you have this muscle feel that this is how I get most out of it. You feel it in your lats, and you know. So that's a good book. And then there's Don Venuto, or how do you spell it? It's a good one as well. Actually I should probably check on my bookshelf, but yeah, lots of good fitness books, and none fitness related book are good ones. I like Ara Salvatore's the books. He's a good writer. Lots of good stuff if one likes.
Oh wait, this guy writes about Dristo Urden. The
Salvatore, the guy who writes.
He writes I know the D&D books basically.
Yeah, the Dark Elf stuff.
Dark Elf, yeah. Exactly. How do you pronounce the Dark Elf, the main character? Drist?
Dristo Urden. I don't know. Dristo Urden. I don't know. Somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I read a book of that as well. Yeah, I got one on my 20th birthday, I think, from my sister and her boyfriend.
And also people should probably read Nathaniel Braden's book, 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. It's actually it's about self-esteem and how about dealing with yourself. It's actually pretty damn good book because it really helps one to understand yourself. But it's scary to read because it kind of you realize why do you do stuff, and it's scary to realize that, oh my god, I'm doing this because I'm actually scared of something.
All right, so I think we should speed it up a little bit.
Yeah,
because we still have like 15 questions left.
Yep.
That I noted. So, what genre of movies do you like? Last question from Georgia.
Good movies. Doesn't really matter which
okay, it doesn't matter if horror or science fiction or action or fantasy.
No.
I guess you're into fantasy a bit because you like gaming and D&D and stuff like that.
I'm into everything. If it's good,
might
well
actually
made.
really like Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, I like it, and I actually like the French movie with the 3 colors, red, blue, and was it yellow. Watch on lots of different type of movies, so it really doesn't matter which genre is it if it's good.
Okay, awesome. So next up, we have questions provided by Ruby19. Not Ruby, I'm sorry that I mispronounced it at some point. He's asking, if someone gave you and or your girlfriend 10 euros every time you're sick, would you have been a billionaire already? I guess he's joking.
Yeah, I know, because I have been lot sick because, well, I suppose because I'm like Dille in that aspect that we work out till our bodies give out. We don't, you know, if we feel like a little off, we cannot lift something.
Till it pops.
We just beat ourselves and try to lift it even, you know, even when we shouldn't. And then we break ourselves. We have this, I think we're burning our central nervous system more often than anybody else on the forums because we don't give in at all. So that's an issue, I think. That's a not good thing. But if he would ask, when he asks it, if he would get like 5 cents every time I would be sick when he asks it, he would probably have $500 million and I would have the other half. So maybe so.
Okay. All right. So next up, also a question related to fellow Finnish buddy. Would you compete with Will?
Yeah,
regarding squats, deadlifts, bench.
Yeah, I would, because I think he's the guy who is basically in the same weight range as me. We are basically the quite same in the physical aspects in a way. So I would say that I'm hoping that he's gonna start competing, and I hope that he gets his squat and the proper levels, and I hope that everything pans out with him. But I'm already competing with him, and
all right.
So definitely, hopefully he gets into it, because
we're gonna see a, how do you say it? Fight? No.
Competition.
Competition, yeah.
But I would say that I actually enjoy the most of competing with people who are really good, not somebody who I actually can beat, but some people who I cannot, who are so immensely strong or good at something that even if you reach for a moment to their level, it's fabulous. It's fantastic to, you know. So definitely. But I'm gonna beat him. So.
Okay, that was a declaration of war. All right, the next one. Can you say? Do you have the question open?
Yes.
Can you say it in German?
Of course, I can say. I know, not that I haven't never studied German and anything like that, but I watch a few German movies, so I'm gonna do the Nazi German imitation.
Oh my god! Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna try it twice. So, Guten Tag, ich bin Pablo aus Finnlandes.
Perfect, mein Guter. Very nice.
So, yeah.
Actually, I'm not surprised, actually, because
there's lots of Nazi movies. Anyway.
Okay, next question. If you could improve one muscle right now, strength or muscle-wise, or both, which one would it be and why?
Abs, because if I can get my abs checked that they are equally in a same aspect as my lower back, I'm gonna be able to improve my deadlift in a matter of very short time, actually, because my back at one point was so bad that I felt my lower back aching while I was bench pressing. So I've been really working on my lower back, and if I can get my abs to the level where they're strong enough, then we're gonna see very good deadlifts, I think, because I have always had this, and I have always had issues with deadlifting and straightening out and everything. That's why there aren't no deadlift videos on my site, because I noticed that this doesn't actually look like it should, and it's kind of hard because I have to show the guys I'm training that how do they need to lift, and then they kind of pick up the wrong style, and then we have to work on it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next question. Do you watch The Walking Dead, the series, TV series? And if so, how do you like it?
Zombies, gore, and then it actually has a good story. What's there not to like? Actually watched I watch them. I like wait till the whole season is out and watch them, except this last one because it was awesome. And I actually dislike myself for watching it that early because now we are at the 50th episode and I'm still missing the final. So love it.
Awesome. All right. Next question provided by Dunk. He's asking, is there something in the air in Finland that makes you and Dille so beastie?
That's easy to answer. There was this discussion on forums about how the colder climate and the male hormone levels. It's definitely because of the cold and the ice bear. He does the ice bear thingy, and I do the gay bear thingy. I mean, no. He's a polar bear wrestler, and I'm the gay bear wrestler. So.
Okay.
No, don't take it like that.
Okay. Next question.
I would like to answer it.
Okay, seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously.
And there's like Raton, Furius, and Japadi, and they come from Finland, all of them. And it would come from all bullshit and talk mentality. No, I think it's because of we're very competitive people, and we compete with each other, and so the strength guy levels remain approximately and constantly the same to each other, since while some of us have different bodies and they grant advantage on some moves, such as deadlift and blah blah blah. So in a way, I would say that all of Finns like me, Dille, Japadi, and we're all on this, and Furious is also soon on the same level, so we are basically pretty much on the same level. So it probably becomes of the fact that we compete with each other and we want to impress each other. So maybe because of that.
I understand. Okay. Next question by
Raton.
Raton, or how do you pronounce it? I don't know. Raton. What do you think of our neighbors? Our neighbors, so he's Finnish too?
Yeah, he's Finnish.
Okay. The Swedish people and the Russish people.
The Russkies. Let's about the Swedish. I hate the fact that we have enforced we have to enforcedly learn Swedish, and I cannot speak even a word of it. And we only have a Swedish part in Finland because they prevent us, our Finnish little fishermen, to go from Swedish area waters and getting fish there, and enforce that we have enforced Swedish in the schools. So, but they have actually this band called Sabaton, so and In Flames, and so they have something good coming from Sweden as well, and they can have IKEA.
Okay. Yeah,
just playing
definitely.
shit.
Some horsey meatballs.
And Russkies, well, I have no opinion on them in a way. Well, they once conquered Finland, well, twice, but could say that don't have opinion on them. I mean, I've seen I have lots of in my gym. They're really strong guys and stuff, and keep to themselves. But would say that I'm really indifferent. Don't really, I have no opinion on Russkies.
Okay. Next question by JohnnyBoy. He's asking, if you went back in 2009 and started all over again, would you do anything differently?
Everybody would. I would probably start from some strong lift and stuff like that, and I wouldn't, try always increase the weight. I would go with the parameters on lifts, and then I would change. Actually, I would probably change to my current regimen. Just drop off the support moves and just do the four main moves 3 times a week, because the full body has made more progress in 1 year than I've made a progress on all the other times. So would say that this full body thing is probably the best thing I've ever done. And if when you read the forums, people notice that these guys who actually do full body workouts in a way, they're most advanced guys. They have the biggest lifts on the forums. It cannot be, just a coincidence. How do you even pronounce it?
Coincidence, yeah.
Yeah, that these guys are so strong. So I think, and also those 21 workouts they're basically all full body ones, more or less. So we could, and also the old school people believed in that stuff. So would say that it's actually steroids that cause the body part splits, and the full body actually develops more muscle than the splits. That's just me.
No, not just you.
There's lots of others.
Yeah. So that now we know how you would have done it. Next question and last question from the member questions is from Cappe or Cap.
Cappe. Kappa.
Or Cap.
Cappe.
Cappe.
I don't know. Cap.
What's your opinion on rest weeks? Are they necessary, and how often, how long should you have them?
Yeah, actually, rest weeks are actually necessary for. Well, actually, it depends a lot on people and time. If you live constantly 6 weeks doing heavy lifts, I've noticed that you cannot do longer than 6 weeks, gradually always increasing the weights. So usually after 6 weeks, something happens either on week 7 or 8. Either you get really sick, you injure something, you have like joint issues after that, or stuff like that. So if you go for very prolonged training and you have this goal that, okay, in 6 weeks I have this, you basically do it 5 weeks, test it, then maybe have the rest week, because sometimes we'll need to stabilize the creatine levels and you want to eat and your body consumes central nervous system is not keeping the diseases and sicknesses and flus away. So it really depends on the regimen. But I have these because of my work, and I have this working the training partner, which actually is immensely strong, and we are basically at the quite much on the same level. Even though I'm a bit stronger because I'm a bit larger, taller than him. So, so yeah, rest weeks are really necessary sometimes. Well, you basically your body tells when you need it. When you don't absolutely have no desire to go to the gym, even if you have that one light session, and after that you feel like I'm gonna be sick for a few days, then it's better to have a rest week, play, eat. You have done like lots of work in the past 6 weeks, so no bad feelings about that. It probably even does lots of good to the development. So I like these rest weeks. Yeah.
Immer noch fertig, okay? Bin gleich fertig. Girlfriend knocked on my door and said, dinner's ready. Basically, we are done with the member questions.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course you can.
Will you marry me? No, not that one.
What the hell?
I said that I would gonna mention my work.
Yeah, your training buddy, right?
Yeah.
A strong guy.
Yeah, he's actually the same weight as the Mike and same build. He's at his deadlift is at 210 kilos. His squat is at 180 kilos, and his bench press is actually pretty bad, but it's still 115 kilos. And he's immensely good in like pull-ups and dips and stuff like that. Can do dip with 60 kilos on his between his legs. So yeah, and he also have noticed that the full bodies do actually pretty good. So it's actually good to have people, because I have like I have a different feedback on how things function, and hopefully I'm able to publish the program I'm working on it next year after I've tested a few times. Anyway, you need to eat and I need to fetch the girlfriend and start making food.
Before we part our ways, do you have any Twitter, blog, website, or you want to plug into the video description?
Yeah, well, you could put my YouTube site there, where is the deadlift. You can probably get the link from the deadlift. I mean, the squat video I have on my site. I'm gonna add more videos soon. Actually, this makes me feel really, really selfish giving this guy.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, for talking like what 1 hour about yourself, it's I feel selfish. I really extremely selfish.
What's selfish?
Maybe the way I spoke, but I don't mean no harm to anybody.
No, man, it's okay. I didn't think anybody's offended or stuff like that. It's okay.
I'm just lying. Ha ha ha.
Oh my god, I knew it! I knew it! No. Alright, then I will just link your progress diary for anybody who's interested, so they can follow your workouts. Lastly, one last question before we go to the shoutouts. You can greet your mom then, or your girlfriend. If you could tell a beginner only one thing, only a single thing, either related to the main topic, which we didn't have basically, or lifting in general,
well,
what would it be?
I would give about loss and health issues and stuff like that, because I had a lot of those due to skin conditioning and immunity system breakdown. People should actually go to doctor if they have like shoulder issues, joint issues, stuff like that. If you have really like prolonged pain in somewhere, you have issues sleeping, and you do stuff, people should you go to the doctor. It might become a really bad issue, like my shoulders did. I had them operated because I just didn't, give a damn about my own body. So take care of your own body, and Dille probably gave a good advice on the lifting. So
definitely, yes.
I agree with him.
All right. Thank you so much. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to do?
What?
Shout-outs to fellow members or your mother or me.
Danny, I want to say this to you. I love you.
What?
I love you. I want to touch you.
You can't do that.
Yes.
You'll have to buy a plane ticket, man.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Can touch me.
No,
we can live together.
Yeah. It's the chipmunk taking over.
Fireball turned into a chipmunk. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a perfect way to end the interview. Thank you so much for being on the interview. Paul, I will call you Paul. Pauli. Thank you, Pauli.
No
and
problem.
What the hell is going on? For anybody who's wondering what's going on, I know what's going on. He has a new headset. And he has some weirdo software running where he distorts or changes his voice. That's so childish, man.
I know, but it's fun. It's hell of fun.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's quit this. I'm gonna fetch my girlfriend and make food. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. And to you, thank you for watching. He just dropped the call. Thanks for watching, and we will see each other next time when I have another interviewee. Hopefully somebody wants to do this with me. Hopefully, please anybody. No, I'm not that desperate. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.